This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York, it is here, UFC 246 Fight Week. Is Conor McGregor making $80 million for the fight? Who's gonna win? Picks, calls, baby. Let's go with the Yeah, this arm's not going up. It feels weird not flexing before a show. I don't like that. I don't feel powerful. My beard's
I'm always
powerful.
nervous sitting next to you now because every time we've been live, as of late, I have brushed into you at least once.
This is bullshit. This is number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
To the new people that are joining us, I'm going to the orthopedic doctor tomorrow to figure out what the hell is going on with my foot. My elbow is a balloon. Yeah.
My foot was a balloon.
No, I'm going to figure out what's going on there tomorrow. But we're here, and we're excited. UFC 246 Fight Week. Fight Week, Jesse. 4 days away.
Watched the first Embedded today.
Yeah, what did you think?
Loved it. They didn't show enough Conor though. You would think for the Embeddeds and stuff like that, like the promotional value, they would hype up Conor, but I think maybe they're not doing that because like everyone's been complaining that Conor's getting more airtime than Cowboy and this and that. So I think maybe Dana called the shots and was like, "Listen, I know we like Conor, but we got to kind of even him out a little bit."
Well, we've been getting a lot of Conor, and I'm hoping that it's really going to be dumped onto our laps Wednesday. I'm hoping we're going to get some good stuff during that press conference. ARIEL HELWANI interviewed Conor, and there was an exclusive interview. We'll give our thoughts on that situation. Real quick, though, Jesse, like as a whole, what do you pull from that interview?
From the interview?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not like one thing you just pull from it.
If you had to say one thing that you took from that interview, what would it be?
There's not one thing. There's a million things I pulled from it. What would be the most important thing I pulled from it? I feel less of a confidence from Conor McGregor. I feel a lack of confidence.
See, I got the opposite.
You know what it felt like? It almost felt like he was trying not so much to convince everybody else that he was back on the right track and that he's getting ready to go, but he was trying to convince himself. It almost felt the way he was talking was not the Conor we're used to. This was a Conor that was trying to convince himself.
I found this interview refreshing. This was a big turnaround from the ESPN interview that he did with the...
My foot was a balloon.
That was a shit show. That was a damage control. Let me fix this situation. Let me stutter and not get through this. And he was maybe it was because it was a video call and there was a delay. You know, maybe that's why there was a disconnect in the interview. This one here, they were across from each other at the UFC facility. And I believe that this was more a natural Conor McGregor. This wasn't as much character as he gave before. He gave character when he was on his rise up to the titles, and then he did his shtick with Khabib and all that stuff, and now he did damage control on that ESPN interview. That wasn't quite Conor. This is more of who he actually really is. So I didn't see any weakness. I saw confidence. and I saw a guy that looks focused. One thing that I do pull out of this that might be a negative is he is walking around underweight. Okay? That's something that's interesting. He made mention that he was 160 something pounds or whatever. And I've said this before, that he struggles to get to 170. You know, that's not his natural weight.
Yeah.
He actually has to, you know, eat some more food to get up to 170. So that could be something that's interesting because Cowboy Cerrone at 170, that's more natural for him. In fact, he's got a cut to get to that 170 over there, but it's more of a natural weight for him. So Cowboy will be the bigger fighter. Cowboy has a lot of weapons, and it'll be very dangerous. But I saw a very confident Conor. It's interesting that you didn't see that.
I didn't see that. I saw confidence in some things he was speaking about, but I think everything's taken a toll, right? Everything's done its damage. Whatever damage that could have been done has been done, not only by his actions, but by the actions of others. There was a point in the interview when ARIEL asked Conor, he said, does it bother you? Does it get to you? And Conor said, would it get to you? And that told me right there, that's not the same Conor. Because the old Conor would have been like, I don't give a fuck.
But that was the character.
Doesn't matter. The old Conor would have never, ever, even if it did get to him, would have never led on to the public that it did. And this is an entirely new Conor, and it almost feels like there is confidence in him when it comes to his fighting, and maybe he does feel confident with his training and stuff. But the way he was talking to ARIEL, when ARIEL was asking questions, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? Conor felt so almost too humbled that he didn't want to get ahead of himself. Like, there were moments he spoke highly, and then there were moments he didn't want to get ahead of himself. And those moments, it felt like he was trying to convince himself more than he was trying to convince the public.
Wow. I saw a completely different interview. In fact, I saw a guy that he used the family as a tool, right? I believe that he truly knows he made some mistakes, and he made it very clear that he did make the mistakes.
He was drinking leading up to the Khabib fight.
Yeah, he admitted to that as well. This was because we heard M throughout the whole interview. M. I'm like, why is he saying M? But that's what he was saying. And M.
Wonderful.
So the family aspect, him admitting wrong, but he wasn't doing it in a way like he did in that ESPN where it felt like it was all scripted. This was from the heart. He had some good zingers too. The zinger about I can beat Cowboy with the flu. Let the boy be healthy. You know, like shit like that. That was, you know, a nice little zing. There was another zing about breadwinner type situation. What are you doing? What the hell's going on here?
Well, I'm listening.
What was the breadwinner line? It was like Oh, you doing it? That's it. Yeah. Conor was doing that while ARIEL was talking. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Ask me a question, Jesse.
So how did you feel about you know, when you fought Khabib last? Yeah, like you I can't even focus with it. I don't know how ARIEL did it.
He did do that. There was a lot of he was, I don't know. That was something that was interesting. Maybe that could have been a nervous tick, if that's what you want to pull out of that. But I saw something different. Now, I think this is going to be interesting. I think the press conference with Cowboy Cerrone is going to be completely the tale of the tape. You know, I think that's going to be something that we can really pull from. Because Cowboy Cerrone, you could tell if you get under his skin. You know, Conor McGregor is a human being, and I have a feeling
it on his face a little bit more.
Yeah, and Conor is now a not as disguised Conor. Now he's more transparent. So now, can things rattle Conor? We're going to find out this Wednesday in that trash talking sesh. Let me know in the chat if you saw the ARIEL Helwani interview and what you thought about it. Right now, immediately.
It's McCope says this Conor is definitely a better Conor. He's like a second fight in the UFC Conor.
You know, he makes a good point. It's like we're getting two McGregors out of this. Super chat. Presence, what's up?
He criticized Usman's style of fighting, that's fear, but he seems more likable.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
It's like he's trying to win people over after all the shenanigans he pulled.
But I didn't get trying out of it.
I got trying.
See, I didn't get that.
You know why? Because you're blinded. You're blinded by the Conor hog.
Did I not?
That's why.
Did I not? Hold on. Did I not rip him apart, Miss Drinks a Lot? Did I not rip him apart? She gets so mad about that. Did I not rip him apart during his ESPN interview? My foot was a balloon.
My foot was a balloon.
I fucking went on and on saying, what happened to this guy? He's stuttering. He's this and that. Did I not rip him apart for that?
I don't know. Did you?
I did. I sure did. So I have done streams bashing Conor about the ARIEL press conference and the whole deal. Like I've bashed him a million times. I literally watched this thing and I was trying to see where the weakness was. This new attitude, is it a shtick? What is it? It seemed natural to me. Maybe I'm off, but it seemed natural to me. See what the chat said.
Ryan Reedy says I have hemorrhoids.
No.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Moss's elbow pain is no joke, says Nicole. I might just hit him in the elbow.
It's not. She doesn't like to be called a drunk. I'm sorry.
You didn't call me drunk.
Well, I just did now.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Listen, I like my liquid.
That was a good line too.
I like my liquid.
I like my liquid. You know? He said he hasn't
That's
drank.
why anytime you give me shit from now on, I'm just gonna pull the Conor out. I like my liquid.
That's a good line. So he did have a couple of good zingers out there, and he did make mention that he's not drinking this camp. Do you buy that? That he hasn't drank in like what 2 to 4 months or whatever?
I think he's definitely had a drink. I think leading up to the fight, like closer to the fight, I think he hasn't. He probably, he's probably much more stern this time around than the Khabib way.
Every time a fighter is in a camp, all they say is, "This is the best camp ever." I'm in the best shape ever. That's what you hear. It's like rinse and repeat, the same thing over and over again. The best camp, the bestest. And we heard that from Conor as well. The only way you'll know is when you see them in the fight. But you got to think, leading up to the Khabib fight and leading up to this Cowboy fight, you have to think that he has changed things around. Right? You got to think that he would do this. 31 years old, he accomplished 2 titles and a crazy run, a circus run with all the shenanigans on the way up. And his downfall was very quick. He took the Mayweather loss and the Khabib loss. I don't see them as horrible losses because he fought 2 undefeated fighters who are at the top of their game. Mayweather, yes, he's older, but he is a legend of the boxing world. Comes in as an amateur fighter, first professional fight, loses to a 50-0 Floyd Mayweather. And then Khabib takes that fight drinking on his way into the cage. So you got those dopey excuses that you can make. Here's a focus, Conor, without the trash talk, stripped down. He might be bigger this time around. If he rattles off a couple of wins, this guy could be a bigger megastar than he was when he first made his run.
He said that he had a few more years in mind, that he wasn't just going to come in and fight and then leave, or that he wasn't just going to come in for 3 fights. He's got actual years in mind for his career, so I could see that.
Now, like what President said in the donation, I'm curious. I want to hear from the people that dislike Conor. What do you think about the interview? And we're going to get into the situation of the $80 million that apparently he's making for this fight, which is absurd and explains why the card is the way it is and why the pay-per-views have gone up. It makes a hell of a lot more sense. So let's see what the chat says. And I want to hear it from both sides, but let's see what the hate says.
Two Joint says, pirating in the early pay-per-view years affected the price point. Devourer says, right after this fight, watch him fight for the title win or lose. Jorge says 50 likes. Devin Jackson, he's overrated. Pedophilia, spray your liquid on her face, Moss.
Wonderful, wonderful.
How are your elbows, says Manny C.
It's not good. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow morning.
Connor is a fool. I'm sick of hearing him talk. I just want to see him fight.
You better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
The dapper.
I'm waiting for someone to beat McGregor and then take a shot of his proper 12 as part of the post-fight interview and then spits it out and say this tastes like shit.
That would be fun.
That'd be like a Masvidal move. That'd be a Jorge Masvidal move. If anyone would do that, that would be Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would be. Because he brought that bottle of tequila to his last post-fight press conference.
Well,
so he'd be the one to bring a bottle of proper 12 and then spit it out and say some stupid shit like that.
That would be funny if if Khabib drank, it would have been great. But if Cowboy Cerrone at the press conference had his Budweiser and his proper 12 and just sipping his Budweiser and just knocks the bottle over and like, fuck that shit. Like if he did something like that, it would be great. Cowboy, we didn't find out what he was making in this fight.
No, they didn't say.
I would love to know.
When Conor mentioned the 80,000, they even wrote an article on it, and in the article, there's nowhere to be found on Cowboy's expected salary.
Cowboy's making $25,000. No, $80 million. Conor McGregor is apparently making for this fight. Absurd money. One thing you can say, whether you like him or you hate him, he's showing that you can make a lot of money in this sport. It's just you got to punch an old man, got to throw a hand truck through a window. You got to play the game. He addressed a lot of things in the ARIEL interview, and we'll be talking about that a lot. He spoke about the rape situation. ARIEL did a good job in this interview. He pretty much covered everything. The one thing I wished ARIEL said, remember we were watching the interview, I'm like, why isn't ARIEL not saying this?
Yes, it was, did ARIEL ask about why he's not marrying Dee?
Yes. His dick. No. Why is he not marrying Dee Devlin, which is something that interests me. Like,
it's weird because...
Smart business move, but...
Well, you know what? It's funny you say that because I think it was a business move. I think... Because, listen, I think they love each other. I think Dee really loves him, given all the all the shenanigans that he's pulled over the last couple of years. She's still with him. She's still raising his children with him. So she clearly, loves him. But...
Does she love the money or him? What is...
with a millionaire, and you got to think...
It's only business.
You got to think there was some sort of business deal made in that relationship. Some people have that, and there's nothing wrong with it. Some people get married for the business.
Super chat.
Brett Baratheon.
Needed this stream holes. Conor brought the game.
There you go. Brett coming in says he brought the game. I'm telling you, I feel revitalized. Like, I loved the ARIEL interview. I think ARIEL did a great job. He brought up the whole accusations thing, the whole rape thing and stuff like that. And the way Conor dismissed it, he basically looked at him and was like, bruh, come on, man. I didn't do that. Like, the way he said it, the way he went about it, I bought it. It was kind of like a bro thing. You could also look at the other side and say, he's lying, he's squirming, or whatever the hell you want. Like, what do you think?
No, I don't think he's lying. I don't think he really did much of anything wrong. There's really no proof. But I think something might have happened.
Oh, he cheated on Dee. There's no doubt.
And I think, the squirminess and, the dodging of it, he was clearly very uncomfortable speaking about it. So it's clear something happened. I don't think, there was any sexual assault, but I do believe something happened between him and this woman.
He literally admitted to doing... He had venom in him. When he would, what did he say? He would fight guys. He would bring guys to his, I'm paraphrasing here. He would bring guys to the gym, fight, and then he would go disappear for 3 days. Like, he was that fucked up where he would just go out and just party. The guy had more money than anyone at the time, and he was just all full of himself. What happens? He bangs out 2 kids, right?
And Dee's raising those children.
Dee is raising those kids, but you see now he's playing some damage control. He was being interviewed by ARIEL and was talking about this whole family life thing. If he is being sincere and he's not drinking like he says, and he is staying focused on his camp and trying to stay focused on, being a billionaire, the first billionaire UFC fighter and all this bullshit that he was saying, maybe he needed to get that out of his system. He needed to mature, settle down, and maybe that's when he was going to marry Dee. It's business. That's what it is, right?
I think it was a business move. I think him being with Dee is business. I really believe that.
Make me the kids.
He wants his bloodline to continue. He wants it to flourish. He wants to make a lot of money. And, of course, he wants that woman that he knows will be by his side no matter how many times he fucks up.
Oh, make me the fucking kids, yeah. Shut up and make me the corned beef and cabbage. Pop out the kids and let me rape some women, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's like that.
No, that's not what happened?
No.
I'm going to be the first billionaire. $80 million in this fight to fight an old man. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas to me. Let the proper 12 flow.
My foot was up a leon.
I love it. I think he did good. Right, Jesse?
Right. McCombs brought up a good question. He says, how is it business when he's been with her since he was broke? And that's a good question.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe it started off as a very genuine relationship. That's why I say I think they actually love each other, because she wouldn't, no matter how much money a man has, she would not stick around and deal with that and the public humility or humiliation of these acts if she didn't actually care for him. So I believe there is some sort of genuine feeling, between each other. But I think over time, the more a guy fucks up, the less a girl starts to care. but he is taking care of her, and he's taking care of her children. So,
yeah,
you know,
this guy's made mistakes over and over again. He's made a bunch of mistakes, but he's a human being. And I think, like, look at Mike Tyson. I have brought this up before. Look at Iron Mike Tyson. Talk about a guy who got himself into some serious shit. Talking about a guy that did everything wrong. Yet people are idolizing this man right now. And he's completely reformed. He seems like the biggest sweetheart. You know, legend. And that's what everyone's talking about, is the legend, right? Conor McGregor's only 31 years old over here. And now he has a second life. He's got his family. He's got this new look. And now it's going to be interesting to see what is next for Conor. Is this season going to be successful? Is it going to be a complete train wreck? It's not like he's got layups. A lot of people are like, oh, Cowboy Cerrone is a layup. He's not a layup. He's not. Can Conor knock him out quick? Sure. Can Cowboy submit him or give him a nice head kick to the fucking dome? Sure. It's a great fight. It's an absolutely great fight.
Super chat.
Steve Rogers.
Take 5 minutes to review the diner chat highlights. Well,
Steve, we were going to release a video of all the highlights of that. And hit me with the ones if you'd like that. Just legit. If you weren't with us Saturday night, real quick, we did an IRL stream for like 4 hours. Jesse did some breakdancing in the courtyard. We went to the diner, and people were donating the weirdest shit ever. And it was great. It was great fun. If you'd like us to do a best of with that and just put it out there so you can get the cliff notes of that stream, and I see a lot of ones there, so maybe we should do that, Jess. What do you think? Maybe they'll get some more IRL shit. We'll switch it up. Who knows? I don't know, Jesse. They're loving it. But that was a lot of fun, and thank you to everyone that participated in that. All right, Jesse, let's get into some news over here. Let's start it off with the 80 mil, or what is this?
Dana White says that the UFC doctor says Conor McGregor is in the best shape he's ever seen him in.
The UFC doctor said this?
A UFC doctor.
Okay.
It appears Conor McGregor has made some major changes ahead of his welterweight return. UFC President Dana White said the UFC doctor has told him that McGregor is looking better than ever as he gears up for his UFC 246 headliner against Donald Cerrone on Saturday. White told TMZ Sports, quote, "I'm hearing he's in phenomenal shape right now. The UFC doctor is actually saying he thinks Conor is in the best shape he's ever seen him in. His head seems to be in the right place. Ring rust is real. I believe in it. We'll see how it goes. And I think that the level of disrespect shown to Cowboy Cerrone on the media, a lot of fans, and definitely the sports books in Las Vegas is insanity."
Do you think, real quick, do you think that Cowboy Cerrone, you were watching The Embedded, right?
Yes.
Do you think that Cowboy Cerrone's playing games with that old man walking, and he looked like a legit old man? Like, fix my neck. My neck is hurting over here. Reset me over here. And then he's sitting in the hot tub. It looks like he just fucking, I don't know. He just looked exhausted, like an exhausted old man. Like, get me a beer, hon. Like, he was just hanging out there. I'm watching this. I'm like, is he playing possum here? Is he like, yeah, pretend I'm old and
like
feeble?
Like a facade?
Or do you think he's just straight up old? Because I'm watching that Embedded.
Maybe it's like a combination of both.
I feel like I was watching myself just falling apart. My elbow, this and that. Oh, help me. I'm hurt. What did you think?
It could be a combination of both. Maybe he's trying to like play it up a little bit, and then there's another part of him that actually is old and worn down.
Just collecting a paycheck?
Yeah.
All right. But back to the story. Sorry, I just jumped into my head.
McGregor's choice to face Cerrone at 170 baffled many, as 155 pounds seems to be the perfect weight class for the former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion. The 2 times McGregor competed at 170 against Nate Diaz, he came in underweight, weighing in at 168 pounds. And McGregor even said in a recent interview with ESPN that at the time of the interview, he was weighing in at 160 and a bit. White doesn't see an issue with that, though. He says this fight is interesting in a lot of different levels. Obviously, Conor has been out for a while. Conor has fought 2 times at 170. He's got win and loss at 170. I believe in ring rust. Cowboy Cerrone has gone on these 2 fight skids before and came back. Cowboy Cerrone is almost one of those guys that needs something big to fight for. It's more than just the money, all the things that go along with it. This is the type of fight that Cowboy Cerrone is an absolute spoiler in. This is his deal. These are the types of fights he likes to be in. Cerrone has fought at 170 many times and is comfortable at 170. Conor will probably weigh in at 169 or 168 or somewhere around there. It's even hard for Conor to hit 170, so it's a very interesting fight with 2 of the baddest in the business to ever do it, and this is a fun one.
You need to back up, and you can go to sleep.
We got
too.
Here. Boo.
Next thing I know, I'm in a crowded room with tears streaming quietly down my face. I look up and notice the guy across from me is watching and looks concerned. I calmly just pointed at my plate. nodded and said the eggs are a perfect medium, and ate.
What? Well, that's wonderful, wonderful. That was one of the best stories I've ever heard in a donation.
Beautiful.
That really was. That kind of brought a tear in my eye. What a beautiful donation. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad your eggs are satisfactory.
A perfect medium.
Okay. So Conor McGregor is in great shape, right? He's never really not in great shape in a fight. 170, coming in undersized. And I've said this a million times on this show that Conor's not a 170. He could barely get to it. He could throw a bunch of steaks in his mouth and he could barely even hit that 170 number. So it's interesting to me that he is underweight again and he decided to take this fight here.
Dana said that's okay because he can still fight at that weight.
So with him undersized, do you think it's because he trained especially for this cardio situation that he got this fixed? Or do you think it's just
I don't think it has. I think it's just that Conor can't make the weight. I think Conor just can't beef up enough to get to that 175. It has nothing to do with his cardio. He has better cardio even at 155. So I don't think that's really relevant to what his training, encompasses. So I would just say no.
Okay. What do you guys in the chat think about Conor's cardio situation? I'm going to get into some odds real quick over here because the numbers have changed. And let's see what they say about the cardio situation. Is it fixed? Yes or no? No! No!
He's a wrestler with an overhand. Fook Conor, as he's slow and stiff though stately. His cardio is good against Eddie. Moss, have you picked out a nice prosthetic arm just in case, bro? Yes, I think he's been partying till about 3 months. He went 4 rounds with Khabib. Cowboy is a natural 170, going to be faster than Conor. His lungs are a balloon. They make him real nice, bro. Conor gasses in the second. I'd snap you in half. Time will tell. I will have a 15-minute call and explaining all. McGregor will go gas faster than a Hummer. Jorge?
Think about what someone said before. They said if it is true that he was partying his way to the cage with Khabib and still did go 4 rounds and somehow won 1 round, right? First person ever to win a round against Khabib. This is on a drinking bender. The only one that could pull that off is John Jones. And God knows what else Conor was doing on the way to the cage. I think he took it training serious, but he was probably partying at the same time. You think a focused Conor, I know this is probably a stupid question to you and anyone that loves Khabib, but do you think a focused Conor could be a little bit more of a challenge for Khabib?
No.
No.
You know who I think is going to be the challenge is Tony. I do think that.
Okay.
Conor?
So no. Not even a focused
I
one.
think even a focused Conor with a good cardio is no challenge for Khabib.
Okay.
I think that's going to be Tony all the way.
Well, the odds makers, okay, and this has to do with the Cowboy Cerrone situation now. The odds makers have Cowboy at a plus 256. So now you're getting more bang for your buck if you're going for the Don. Maybe they watched the embedded. Maybe that was the case, Jesse. I don't know. Watching him like kind of walk around like an old man.
Yeah.
But plus 256. Why is this not working? There it is. Okay, let's do this. On the Cowboy Cerrone bet with McGregor. So, someone that you've been pretty high on to bet for in Donald Cerrone, Jesse.
Yes.
Are you even more high on now that he's a plus 256?
You know what's funny is I was telling you today, after looking at, we were watching ARIEL, and ARIEL took predictions by celebrities on who they think was going to win the fight. And a lot of people said Conor. And then Moss brought up a good point.
Yeah, the celebrities are
casual.
And then Moss brought up a good point because I told Moss, I was like, you know what? I've been leaning towards Cowboy, but it makes sense after some research why these celebrities are choosing Conor. But then Moss brought up a good point. He said, yeah, but they're choosing Conor because they want to see Conor win. Not because they like Conor, not because they dislike Conor. They want to see Conor win. Conor's coming, he's coming back. This is a pretty tough fight for him. He's fighting at a different weight class. They want to see Conor win. And then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? You're fucking right. I got to stick with my pick.
I just said that to throw you off so I could win the belt.
Yeah, I got to stick with my pick. And now that the odds are even higher, thank you, Jesus, that the odds are higher. Because even Dana White said that the odds makers are making a huge mistake here.
Well, Dana's saying that because he's a promoter. I believe this line should be closer, yes. But then I watched the embedded and I was like, Cowboy looking old. Maybe he's playing possum. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
The one thing I could say for the people that are picking Donald in this fight, Mr. Cerrone, I'm on a first name basis with him, by the way. I call him the Don. is if you look at Cowboy, right? Cowboy is still got something. He's still got something in the tank. He's still a badass. He holds a gazillion records. The dude's got the most wins. The guy can knock you out. He could submit. Doesn't he have like the most submission finishes or some shit like that? I think he has that record.
It's just the most finishes in the UFC.
A submission, I think. So he's got the most head kicks, the most submissions. The dude could beat you everywhere. If Conor McGregor and if Conor McGregor cannot put him to sleep in those first 2 rounds, Cowboy could be fucking surging through that fight. He's got the cardio, right? The biggest problem in this thing is, how do you know how Conor McGregor is going to be when he shows up?
You don't.
You just don't know. So that's why it's a tough bet.
And John said it perfectly in the chat. He said all the pressure is on Conor.
Yeah.
The pressure is not on Cowboy. The only pressure that's on Cowboy is to say he beat Conor McGregor.
Well, all right. Let me tell you, and let me spin that for you. The reason why there's pressure on Cowboy Cerrone is he has lost every big fight. He has never won a big fight.
That's another good reason. Because Tony, you're right. Every time he's in a fight that means something, he falls through.
Conor could lose this fight and still get $80 million.
Man, you better back up.
You know,
gonna go to sleep.
and still get a crazy fight in his next fight.
You can go to sleep too.
Boo!
Entered residence room and my eyes light up. You got a dog. I step across the room of my suddenly confused resident to pet the dog, just to realize, nope, that's a stool with several wigs on it.
What?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Well, on that note, if you want to place a bet with Donald Cerrone at a +256, which that's kind of enticing. If I am against Conor in any way, if I dislike Conor in any way, I would jump to the Cowboy Cerrone bet, because 170, legend of the sport, Donald Cerrone. Why not? It's not a bad bet. How do you place the bet, Jesse?
Just because you're not in Vegas doesn't mean you can't bet on MMA and UFC. BetDIAZ offers online wagering and has been paying winners for 20 years. Use the link in the description with promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get up to 100% bonus match, as well as $25 as a welcome bonus today. We play there ourselves and recommend BetDIAZ if you want to add some excitement fights or any of the sports you are watching. Once again, go to BetDIAZ with the link in the description below using promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get a limited time 100% bonus offer, as well as $25 as a welcome bonus to make some extra cash on sports you know and love. It's only a game until you bet it at BetDIAZ.
Yeah, BetDIAZ. Get those bets in. Cowboy Cerrone's a +256. Oh boy, that might be something people are interested in.
Do you put your body to the test day in and day out? Do your muscles feel so stressed and fatigued that it hurts just to get out of bed in the morning? Whether you're a rigorous athlete or a hard worker, you want to buy a massage gun that provides the best therapy in the market. Theragun provides an all-in-one massage and recovery tool. It helps you release muscle tension, soreness, and recover faster. Use the link in the description below and start using a deep muscle massage treatment unlike anything you've ever felt. Again, head over to Theragun.com/holes and get a $40 saving with 2 free attachments and start feeling better, moving better, and recovering faster with tension and soreness relief.
Get that Theragun, making you feel better, making all the muscles nice and swollen, sexy. A cumin. Stickers.
Do you own a business, event, or organization and are looking for the most efficient tools for marketing and advertising? Sticker Mule offers easy online ordering with a 4-day turnaround and free online proofs with free shipping. Use the link to Sticker Mule in the description below and get incredible promotional materials such as durable and waterproof vinyl stickers, coasters, magnets, customized tape, labels, bumper stickers, and more. Free shipping, free online proofs, fast production, satisfaction guaranteed. We use Sticker Mule for all of our marketing needs, and we've never been happier with the products we receive. Once again, visit Sticker Mule with the link in the description today.
All right, Sticker Mule, the best in the game. Jesse, I got a dirty butt.
Say goodbye to toilet paper with affordable premium bidet attachments by Lux Bidet. Upgrade your bathroom with Lux Bidet's beautifully designed bidet attachments featured chrome-plated water pressure and a temperature control lever for a more elegant look. Simply connect your Neo Bidet directly to your toilet or sink and water supply to deliver your preferred level of water enjoyment. Use the link in the description to Lux Bidet and check out using promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, and get 10% off your entire purchase. When your bidet arrives at your door, you can register your product on the Lux Bidet website to extend the product warranty from 18 months to 2 years, and then you can use the registered bidet ID as a $5 coupon code towards your next purchase. Once again, use promo code MMA-Hole, all one word, at checkout with Lux Bidet link in the description for a cleaner, healthier, happier butthole. Happy bideting.
Do you think we can get a discount on a bidet? I mean, what show gives you a discount on a bidet? This show. The MMA Holes.
Wonderful.
Now, I'm a little disappointed, Jesse. I thought you were going to do that in a British accent.
Well, first I got to get through it without stumbling, and then I can add the accent.
Well, you can slow down, and then we can get the British accent.
Got to get through them all, Mom.
All right. Well, you know what will make you slow down?
Gotta catch them all, Pokemon.
This will make you slow down.
Timeless CBD sees a gap in the industry between quality and affordability. This is a CBD company that strives to make top-notch products at prices people can afford. All of Timeless CBD's products are carefully handmade at their facility. Each and every batch is third-party tested. Visit Timeless CBD with a link in the description and get your hands on only the best CBD products, such as full-spectrum oils, gummies, pain salves, freezes, BCAAs, and more. Use promo code MMA-HOLE, all one word, and get up to 20% off your entire order. We use Timeless CBD on a daily, and we haven't felt this good in years. We recommend Timeless CBD to anyone seeking treatment for numerous conditions. Once again, visit Timeless CBD with the link in the description using promo code MMA-HOLE, all one word. Get up to 20% off your entire purchase.
Hell yeah, baby. The best CBD with the best discount. Timeless CBD.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right.
Hell yeah.
All those links to those sponsors are in the description. We have promo code MMA-HOLE to get your discounts and your attachments and stuff like that. So all down below. Thank you to our sponsors. All right, Jesse, what is another story that we can get to? UFC 246 in the news. Big stuff going on. What do you got?
So aside from the fact that Conor McGregor estimates the $80 million payday, we mentioned this, or we brushed over it actually. Conor McGregor denies the sexual assault allegations, claims a clean slate in advance of UFC 246. Here's exactly what he said when he was asked about the sexual assault allegations during ARIEL Helwani's interview. McGregor said, yes, of course, I'm sorry, ARIEL Helwani's MMA show. Yes, fucking hell, come on, seriously. That was his first response.
He's like, yes, come fucking hell, seriously.
Now, McGregor initially declined to talk about the allegations, which stem from the alleged incidents that took place in Dublin in December 2018 and October 2019. In an apparent reference to the legal process, he said it just has to take place and asked the public for patience as he approaches his long-awaited comeback at UFC 246. He said, quote, time, please. Time will reveal all. Time will tell all, and that's it. Per the New York Times, McGregor initially was accused of assaulting a woman in a Dublin hotel room in December 2018. He was briefly arrested and questioned by law enforcement, but was not charged with the crime. 11 months later, he was accused of assaulting a woman in a car outside of a pub. He was not charged with the crime at the time of the second report. Irish police have not confirmed the existence of the investigation, citing privacy laws that protect the accuser and accused. McGregor's public relations team called the initial allegations rumors and denied his involvement. This past November, his longtime manager, Adi Attar, says the fighter vehemently denies any allegation of sexual misconduct or any wrongdoing. Monday's interview, was the first time McGregor addressed the charges directly. In an interview this past August, he took the responsibility for assaulting an older man in a pub in a dispute. He later pleaded guilty to simple assault and was fined. With that conviction in the books, speculation turned to the Irish star's ability to travel internationally. But McGregor said there were no issues with making the fight and added he had a clean slate before Saturday's pay-per-view at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Conor McGregor, sexual allegations finally addressed. And in honor of that, Jesse, let's beat the ceiling.
In honor of sexual assault allegations? Watch your elbow.
One arm. Oh. For me, at least. You can do two.
I don't want to hit your arm.
I've got 50 likes. You got 50 likes. Let's go.
We got 50 likes.
MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You got 50 likes. We got 50 likes. Let's go. 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You got 50 likes. We got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on the dick.
You gotta listen. I only got one arm, but I'm gonna give the passion, Jesse. You're just like, hi, I'm pretty.
Super
chat. What do we got here, Steve?
My dick is a balloon.
Oh shit.
My foot was a balloon.
Oh my god. Could you believe that, Jesse? His dick is a balloon. You know, that's another thing. There were two things that I wanted Ariel to ask Conor. When is he? What's the deal? Why is he not getting married? What's the deal? You got two kids. Why? Is this a business plan?
He wants to play around, and if he gets married, it's a little more difficult to play around.
I know you answered that before. That was the one thing I wanted to know. The second thing is
before I said it was a business move.
Okay.
So two reasons.
Fair enough. The second thing was my foot was a balloon. I wanted Ariel to bring that up to him and say that became like a viral thing. What was the deal with that balloon foot? So talk to me about this balloon foot.
Oh shit, the Irish are back. Conor is about to fuck some shit up. Cowboy fixing to go down faster than the Titanic. Cowboy isn't a real cowboy, he is a wannabe. His grandfather bought him that meth ranch. He is a city slicker trying to be a cowboy.
Oof. Oof. That's some harsh words for Cowboy Cerrone. One embedded in. And what do we see? An old guy, right? We see a guy that's just... He doesn't look very dangerous in that embedded. Right? Didn't look that dangerous at all. No? Jesse concurs.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right. Jesse's with the yes, sir. All right, let's get into another story over here. What else we got in the news? Thank you, Chrome, and thank you, everyone, for donating. To save the show, if you want to open up the phone lines, we're going to do that with 5 minutes left.
So Budweiser unveils the specialty cans in support of Donald Cowboy Cerrone ahead of UFC 246. Did you know this, Mouse?
No. Oh, yeah, I saw the can.
You weren't paying attention. I was
did see the can.
testing you.
No, you called me out in class, and I saw the can. I did answer you, so correctly.
After a nearly 1 month hiatus, the UFC is finally back this weekend with UFC 246. Aside from being the first UFC event of 2020, UFC 246 will be headlined by a fight between two of the most popular fighters in the UFC, Conor McGregor and Donald Cerrone. And as you might expect for a McGregor fight, they're pulling out all the stops. Ahead of the biggest fight of Cowboy Cerrone's career, ESPN's Brett Okamoto spoke with Cerrone, who revealed that his longtime sponsor Budweiser had commissioned specialty cans of their beer in support of him. Moss. Brett Okamoto posted on Twitter. If you click this link, you can see these cans that Budweiser released in support of Cowboy.
Okay, let's see him.
Also on Cowboy's Instagram, if you just want to go there, like, he also posted it.
Yeah, I saw the can. There's Tired Cowboy. Sleepy Cowboy.
Are the special cowboy cans from Budweiser that they're...
Am I allowed to show this?
Well, he posted on Twitter. There's no watermarks, so I'm pretty sure.
Oh, actually, yeah, it's a better picture on the Instagram.
So on the can, it says 23 wins, 16 finishes, 18 post-fight bonuses, 20 knockdowns, 7 knockouts via kicks. And then there's a quote of Cowboy with his face that says, "Live a life worth living."
Even Cowboy in this picture looks tired. He looks... Even... Oh,
it's
man,
because he's
Jesse.
drinking all that Budweiser.
I don't know. Maybe the people are right. Maybe he's just old and it's a layup for Conor. I can't go with that. This doesn't look like a man that's getting paid a lot for his fight. And you mean to tell me this is the only picture they could find to put on the Budweiser can? It looks like they just clipped something off the internet and just slapped Budweiser on his chest.
No, they probably had him come in and take a few shots, and this is the best one they got.
This looks terrible. What is going on here with Budweiser? They couldn't put a better picture of him on there? Like a badass picture of him just like throwing a punch or...
Stop it, you're offending NH.
Hit him with the leg kick or something. They're going to sell these where?
I didn't... Let me see. Where are they going to sell them?
Man.
It doesn't say...
The
cans will reportedly be sold in Las Vegas all this week.
Is it me or is this completely lame? Like, I feel like they could have done a better job than this. Epic Photoshop skills for Budweiser. Isn't this the king of the beers? The Bears?
The Bears.
This is shit. This is number one bullshit, Jesse.
This is number one bullshit.
Don't you think this is a fucking joke? Am I wrong here, Jess?
Listen, they got it. Guy's got to get paid.
Yeah, but wouldn't you like Cowboys holding it up? It's like, yeah, man, look at me. I look completely bored with life. Here I am on the can. It's like I didn't even like. He probably got a pretty penny to be on this can, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
You're exhausted today. You all right, Jess?
No, my sinuses are fucked up.
Well, you want me to suck them out of suck the snot out of your nose?
I'm doing this so like my sinuses can kind of drain a little bit, but it's not working.
No. Would someone like to suck the snot out of Jesse's nose? She needs help. So I wish someone sucked the snot out of my nose. That'd be hot. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool though. Look at the records. 23 wins. 16 finishes, 18 post-fight bonuses, 20 knockdowns, and 7 knockouts via kick. I thought he had a submission thing there too, no? Doesn't he have the fucking record?
I guess not, Moss.
Wait, Cowboy Cerrone has a record for submissions, doesn't he?
No.
Am I wrong?
I don't think so.
Or maybe is it at a weight class? Or I could have sworn. I think they forgot to put it there. Or maybe they feel that Budweiser drinkers don't know what submissions are. I don't know. Who cares? Yeah, see, Presence said yes. Thank you, Presence. Yes, the fuck? Why'd they miss that?
Dude.
That's a pretty big record.
Now says, dude, come on.
What?
Dude.
Okay, he said dude.
Like, get it together, Moss.
No, he just said dude, Jesse.
Dude. Get it together, dude.
Wait,
Come on. Like when someone does something, you're like, dude. Like that. Like,
where are we going with this?
Moss.
Where are you going?
Get it
all right,
together,
so are you
Moss.
saying you don't want to talk about the can anymore, right?
No.
Okay, all right. So that just
I
say
did not
that.
say that.
Oh, okay. All right, let's move on then.
Dude, where's my car? Dude.
I can't wait to take that belt from you on Saturday. Look at that belt. It's going to be mine. Up for grabs. All right, I guess we're going to move on. Seems like, is there
No, I
anything
don't care.
else
We
on
can
this can?
keep talking about it. I don't
So
care.
it's this Budweiser, King of Beers, the normal thing, and then it has Cowboy on the other side. That's great. I'm glad Cowboy's getting paid, man. I'm really glad that he's getting paid. Good for him.
Look at Danger.
Danger. He's going to have those big goofy heads. So the question was, Ariel was asking Conor if he was going to have his kids there. It doesn't look like it.
No, he said he might bring Conor Jr.
Yeah, but it didn't seem like he really wanted him there. Danger's going to be there. Oh, shit, pedophilia. We can't show this, Jesse. All right, what's the next story?
Wonderful.
Let's get out of here before we get Cowboy in trouble.
Conor McGregor, according to MMA Mania, Masvidal, not McGregor, says McGregor has to come through him for a welterweight title shot. Wah, wah.
I tell you what, I see. That fight's pretty much inevitable. If Conor wins here, you could pretty much
Masvidal's
chalk that thing up.
just catering for a fight with McGregor.
Can you blame him? He wants to get paid. I don't blame him. Would you want to see that fight?
I suppose, but there's other fights I'd rather see with Conor first.
Like what?
Like Khabib. I'd like to see a rematch.
What? What about Gaethje? Did you want to see that?
I would 100% like to see. Yeah, for sure.
That should be the next fight.
Mm-hmm.
I would even go win or lose. Make Gaethje fight him. That'd be fun. If Gaethje to shut him up and have Gaethje get paid. Anyway, go ahead. Go into the story.
I will. I just want to wait a second because I don't want to get cut off.
By Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers. What's up, Steve?
4 ounces Bud Light plus shot of proper 12 equals proper cowboy.
That's good math right there. Proper cowboy.
Proper 12.
I'm really looking forward to that fight.
Moss, are we going to be drinking the proper 12 on UFC 246?
Do we have to buy it?
No, we actually have Johnny Double Black, but I figured since your boy's fighting.
I mean, I don't know. If someone does the Conor donation tonight, I will buy a bottle of proper 12 and have it for UFC 246. The proper donation.
Proper 12.
Link
All
in
right.
the description.
Coming up the biggest year of his career and one of the biggest years for a UFC fighter in the history of the sport, Jorge Masvidal is currently in a state of limbo, waiting to see what the next biggest fight is that he can make. Barring some kind of bizarro cross-sport matchup that currently looks like it's either Conor McGregor or welterweight champ Kamaru Usman. In the past, Masvidal has sounded less enthusiastic about facing Usman, but in a new interview with Submission Radio, Street Jesus made it clear that winning the 170-pound strap is what's next if this McGregor possibility doesn't pan out. As for McGregor's recent comments about his fight with Cerrone at 170 pounds, giving him options in the division, options that include a shot at the champ, he said, quote, "It's cute. You don't do nothing at 170. You have some sort of power at 155. You could skip, I don't know who or what at 155. That's cool. But at 170, that wouldn't even be a conversation based on his record alone. He's like 1-1 at 170. And on top of that, you'd have to go through me to get a title shot. I dictate who gets the next title shot and when. And it's that simple. If I'm fighting Conor, it can be someone else. If I'm not fighting Conor, I'm fighting right for this title. I'm having owl soup." Speaking of Colby Covington. Masvidal continues to be pretty casual about all this McGregor talk because he still doesn't believe McGregor actually wants to fight him. He said, "I don't know if Conor wins at UFC 246. It means that he fights me. I really don't know that. I don't think so. From watching interviews, hearing things, I don't think so. I think Buddy goes a different path. Maybe I'm just looking into the future, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to end up making owl soup at some point this year."
What? All right. So, okay. I mean, I want this fight to happen first before I could even make my thoughts on this. But what happened to the story with him making, the mills? Do we have that story?
Yes, but we already discussed it. Do you want me to? I mean, you already know. He just told Ariel that he'll be making $80 million.
There's no story on it?
There is, but that's what it is. Like, there's not.
It
doesn't go into depth. Like, that's what it is.
Just that he's making $80 million.
Yeah, and then it just goes into, like, how much he made in his last fights. That's it.
Okay. Well, what did he make in his last fights?
He made $50 million for Khabib, and then for Floyd, let me go back and pull it up now, since you made my life all difficult.
Well, I mean, it is on the thumbnail. I don't want to think we're clickbaiting.
Well,
you know?
we already talked about it.
Wonderful.
It's not clickbait if we talk about it.
Well, what do you make in his other fights?
Well, let me tell you in a second. Why don't you be patient?
How dare you, Jesse? Clickbait our audience. Shame. Steve Rogers climbing the chat with the super chat coming in. Looking very much forward to this fight.
100 million against Floyd.
100 million against Floyd.
50 million against Khabib.
Wow. So he made 100 million against Floyd, and he's right up there with this fight.
He said he made 50 million against Khabib, but on paper it says he took home 3 million.
Super chat.
Sounds about right.
JBH gun to head. Would you fuck Masvidal or Usman?
I would disarm whoever was holding a gun to my head, shoot them both, and fuck Moss.
There you go.
Wonderful.
I'd fuck them both. Raw dog. That'd be great. 80 million. So what do you think? Do you think this number's a little
Yeah, it's a little drastic.
a little swollen over here? A little bit balloon?
My foot was a balloon.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a little excessive.
Yeah. So there's nothing saying that he made what was the highest he made in the UFC?
The highest he made in the UFC was, according to him, $50 million.
But wait, wasn't there their numbers are released? No, aren't
Yes,
there?
on paper it says he only made $3 million with Khabib, but he's saying no, I made 50.
So he's talking about the endorsements and he had proper 12 on the mat and shit like that. So he's probably adding that bullshit up. I would imagine.
I don't know. I'm not really.
So the 80 million is not what the UFC is paying him. It's probably everything else involved. It's probably collectively 80 million. That's what it is. I'm curious what his purse is though. Does it say in the article what his actual purse is for this fight?
Negative.
Yeah, we'll find out after the fight. So let's see what the chat says about Conor McGregor making the milli. You think it's number one bullshit?
This is number one bullshit.
Mr. Curly says, "What's up, spoiled MMA holes? We're spoiled, Moss."
Yeah, it's true.
Ramon says, "Research the flat Earth topic now." Vigo Stockholm says, "So many flat Earthers in here." Pay-per-view point says it's McCobes, hunter gatherer. They think he's toast, but he's still bread. MMAKO says, "Look up the Apollo affair." Nick C, his purse is Gucci. Casey Schaefer. Eric Dubé is Dubai or Dubay? Moss.
Dubai.
Dubai.
I didn't even see how you spell it.
It looks like Eric Dubé.
Dubai. Gaylord.
Gaylord.
Classic all-American New York style Mrs. Mossberger. Not making that much, at least on the books. They have undisclosed bonuses, though. He made it. My wife is mad at me because I told her she got dinner wrong.
Oh, she slap a hoe?
Yikes.
All right, well, here's the card, Jesse. Let's look at it from the very, very beginning. UFC 246, the prelims have Sabina Mazo versus JJ.
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep, too.
They don't release their PPV percent. Conor probably made close to 40 or more million for the PPV sales of the Khabib fight.
Yeah, I do believe that he was probably in the ballpark over there, if you include everything, right?
40 million.
I believe. Thank you, Chrome Tia Dome. Okay, so the first fight, you got JJ Aldrich versus Sabina Mazo, right? Isn't Aldrich an SPJ? Or maybe she's not. I don't even remember. Oh, Colorado, so maybe not.
Negative, Moss.
So there's the first fight on the card. Okay. Next one is Brian Kelleher versus Ode Osborne. I don't know who Ode Osborne is. Who the fuck is that guy?
O'Day.
Who the fuck is that guy?
O'Day.
I don't know about this guy. Oh, Contender Series. Maybe we just saw him fight.
I remember this guy. Remember we were like debating how to pronounce his name?
I mean, we do that with a lot of fighters, so.
I remember this guy.
Sort of. So there it is. That's the next fight on the card. So a lot of like youngsters on this card.
Askarov. This guy's a beast.
This is a good fight. Tim Elliott's a fucking nut job. Askarov is tough, right?
He's an animal.
I got so we only got the 2 UFC fights, but he's on a nice winning streak. 10-0-1. Looks like Jose Aldo, right? Kind of looks like him a little bit. Max Holloway. Jose Aldo and Holloway had a baby. It'd be Askarov versus Tim Elliott. So that's not bad. That's not a bad fight. It'd be fun to watch. Nothing to be like, oh, stop everything they're fighting, but I think the fight itself should be good. Is it Kamer or Seamer? How do you say this guy's name? Another Contender Series guy. Alexa Kamer versus Justin Ledet. Justin Ledet on the 2-fight losing streak. Then 3 in a row before that. 9-2-0 versus a 5-0 contender series. So youngsters on this card. You got Chaz Skelly. It's been a while since he fought, right? Chaz?
You like that Chaz Skelly.
No, I don't. Chaz Skelly versus Grant Dawson. Dawson, UFC winning streak over here is 2 and has the contender series, so he's on a nice run, 14-1. Chaz Skelly had the 2-fight losing streak, and then boom, broken by the unanimous decision.
I just can't take Skelly seriously, you know?
He had that controversial one, too. What was it? Was it against Bobby Moffitt? I can't remember. Oh, it was Jason Knight. Wasn't Skelly in the fight, if I'm not mistaken? Wasn't he in the fight where Knight, like, put his finger in his eye or some shit?
Oh, I don't know.
There was, like,
remember.
some controversy. That was many moons ago.
Many moons.
Oh, Nasrat's on this card? Hold up.
It's Walmart Gaslam.
There he is. I fucking like this kid. I didn't know he was on his card. So Drew Dober versus Nasrat Hakparast. Oh, okay. All right. I like this fight. I'm taking a little deep dive in on this card. I'll start the clock in a second. Andre Feely.
Touchy-feely.
Touchy-feely versus
You know,
Sadiq
I have an
Youssef.
article.
I like this fight.
I have an article on him today, Touchy-feely, who he got a, if you remember, he got a portrait of Uriah Faber tattoo. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about, if someone saves the show, we'll get into that. Holy shit. All right, let's get to the rest of this card, and then we'll do the save the show. Macy Barber versus Roxanne Modafferi. Modafferi is a heavy underdog.
Yeah, this is a layup, this fight.
Let's see. Roxy, where's she at now? Where's she sitting at, that Roxy girl? Big underdog. Macy Roxy. Let me know if you see it, Jesse. I have fucking a lot of names. Oh, there it is. Plus 635.
Look at that. If you're looking to make some big bucks, if you think this underdog's going to win.
That's insane.
This is the fight to do it.
I tell you, man, I kind of just want to throw a couple of bucks on it.
Don't do that.
Why not?
It's such a waste of money on this fight.
It's a plus 635. It's insane.
Exactly.
It's insane.
Back up or you're going to go to sleep. And then you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
I kind of don't hate it.
Who the fuck was that guy with Conor on Embedded? Said dude was a bantamweight, but that nigga was bigger than Conor. Also can't wait to see great value Gastelum gas out after the first round. Dude has a weed eater gas tank.
That guy, you think he's going to get gas out? Man, that dude is tough, though. By the way, I was talking to Jesse about it. Remember the bantamweight that went up to Conor to take the picture? I was like, that guy's huge.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's huge.
On the Embedded.
He dwarfed Conor, and I forgot the guy's name. I remember him, though. Thank you, Chrome. So that fight is next. Jesse's sinuses are all fooked up. We got Showtime Pettis versus Diego Ferreira. This should be a good fight.
Super chat.
BG.
Did anyone else catch Cerrone say he has a neck injury on Embedded episode 1?
Yep.
He was complaining about it to the UFC pie trainer. Check it out.
Yeah, we were discussing that earlier. If you were here early, you would know.
Where the fuck were you?
But thank you for the donation. Yeah, we were speaking about that before. Could be an issue. Or, like we said, is he playing possum? Is he like, hey, the cameras are on. Ow, I'm hurt. You know, maybe he's playing that game.
He's
for the odds
it up
makers.
A little.
We have another fight over here, and it is Gadelha versus Grasso. That is the next fight on the card. Decent scrap. Grasso, you know, it was a little bit hyped up, but she's like on this win-loss thing. Gadelha was on top of the world, coming off a win.
Claudia Gamania.
Against Ronda Marcos, who is very tough. She looks like, Marcos looks like Dominic Cruz. And here we go. Am I excited about this fight? No, but Grasso, I guess, is easy on the eyes, so you could do that. Wow, Olenek top. What, is he really this high on this card? The fuck? Come on. Wow. Look at this. Olenek versus Maurice Green.
I already made my pick for this fight.
All right, I thought Olenek was retiring. We got Holly Holm versus Pennington, a rematch. Holly, the preacher's daughter, she's getting a little long in the tooth, but here's the rematch against Raquel Pennington. And there's the main event, Conor versus Donald. The card this is one of those cards that you might see some fucking good fights.
I see this card going like this.
Yeah. You have some barn burners in the earlier fights, though, these youngsters. And I think we're going to see some actual good fights. I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. Is it going to be like, oh my God, I have to watch the prelims? No, but I think the fights will be entertaining enough to get us through to Conor. All right, so Jesse, it's time to start the clock. Here we go, friends. The clock has begun. With 5 minutes on that thing, you can be a hero. UFC 246 Fight Week. With every donation, say save the show and we'll extend it. Open up the phone lines. Talk about Conor versus Cowboy Cerrone. Let's go, people. Donate, save it. If not, we'll stop.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, Jesse.
Okay, Ma.
With days left.
Yeah.
But days left to UFC 246. Level 1 to 10, how excited are you?
What is that freaking noise, Ma?
It's Windows updates. I do not know why.
It's driving me nuts.
How 1 to 10? Excitement level. Where you at?
10. Just
Really?
because, yeah, we're seeing a fighter come back that there's a whole bunch of hype around, and I'm interested to see what kind of Conor we're going to get here. So, and I think this is a good fight. It's going to be a brawl, so I'm going to go 10.
10? Wow. Well, listen, I got to be a 10 because Conor's back, baby. Yeah!
Super chat.
Red Panty Night. Jeremiah.
Save the show.
Jeremiah, the first
3
savior.
minutes.
Go with 3 more minutes. Let's go.
3
Wonderful,
minutes.
wonderful.
All right, so we got 3 more minutes on the clock. With 3 minutes and 48 seconds left, will someone else be a savior this UFC 246 fight week? So I'm surprised, Jesse. You're a 10.
surprised. Yeah, I'm a 10. I'm very excited.
Okay, chat room, where are you at? Are you excited? What is the level? 10 being the highest. Let us know the number.
Hillbilly Beard Connor says Dr. Phil. Incognito Picogram says, Shannon, do you like girls?
It's Christmas time!
Merry Christmas. My name is Troll, and I'm a special hole. I'm shirtless and alone again. Internet is my only friend. It's Christmas, hooray! I sit and watch MMA. No girlfriend this year, but I have my hand. Sit in front of computer, making fun of people. No avatar to hide my gremlin face.
Yes, it's Christmas!
Oh yes, it's Christmas. I am so hideous. Maybe Santa will bring me a pocket pussy.
Roberto says it's Christmas all year round.
Save the show.
Yes, baby!
12 minutes.
Wonderful.
12 more minutes. Hell yeah,
12
baby.
minutes.
Save that shite. Wow, look at that, Jesse. All year round, we're going to have Christmas time.
Look at that, Mystic Mom.
He's adorable, right?
Gorgeous.
He's so cute. Back to the chat.
Man, you better back up.
Oh,
You're gonna go
another
to
one.
sleep. Man, you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
Come on.
My neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack. Cowboy already has his excuse ready to go if he loses. Nigger was already complaining about his neck. His neck seemed fine to me doing all those paintball wars and riding around on that snowmobile. Save show.
There you go, and that's 2 more minutes. You hear that, Jesse?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Chrome. Look at that, extending the show. How much time do we have left in the save? 1 minute and 42 seconds. Are you a hero? Are you a savior? Will you keep the show going? We're going to open up the phone lines.
Hero.
You need a what?
Super chat.
Drunk Savage.
5 minutes.
Save the fucking show, Fook Proper 12.
What? All right.
A Fuka proper 12.
Thank you, Drunk Savage. Putting
Proper
another
12.
5.
Yes.
I feel like you're having your own show over here. Are we invited to your show, Jesse?
I'm. Are you okay?
No. I can't really move my arm, so I'm just kind of like rubbing your leg, and it hurts. I got the ibuprofen going on in my
His
blood
system.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate the saves, friends.
Super chat.
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers.
JBH, give my public apology one more time. BC, I save.
No, you don't. What the fuck? I apologized to you already. All right.
Did you add the time, Jesse?
One is all you get, my friend. I'm no slave to apologies.
What?
The fuck?
Damn.
All right, 10 minutes.
So what do we got? How many minutes are we extending
We're
this
at
thing?
37 right now, Moss.
37 minutes, 25 seconds left in the save, and we're going longer. So we'll open up the phone lines, talk to the people, get some more stories in.
I need a hero.
For at least 30 more minutes. That's good stuff, Jesse.
Moss, what's the other lyrics?
I don't know. Look it up and sing it. Actually, make it for Fuko Friday. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, at the buzzer. Yeah. At the buzzer.
Come on, get loud, MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Yeah.
Come on, get loud, MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd. MMA-Holes in the crowd.
Here's Chrome with the buzzer beater.
Save the hose on the show. Hoes got to eat, they need saving to sometimes.
Woo! Yeah, baby. That's 6 more points at the buzzer. JBH,
We
where
have
are we
43 more minutes on the show.
Yeah. 43 more minutes.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's do this. 43 more wonderful, wonderful minutes of MMA Holes action.
Moss, you have such a good smell to you.
B.O. Okay. All right, so we're going to open up the phone lines. You want to squeeze one more story in before we do that?
Is that what you would like, Mystic Moss?
Whatever you'd like to do. And we're going to open up the coals.
Conor McGregor admits to drinking during fight week for the Khabib Nurmagomedov loss at UFC 229. In the lead up to UFC 246, Conor McGregor has reiterated a point he's made in the past. The former champion thinks a disjointed, unfocused camp led to his 4th-round submission loss to Khabib Nurmagomedov at UFC 229 in October 2018, which was his most recent fight. But in a Monday interview with ESPN, McGregor revealed he consumed alcohol during fight week for that event, and it was more than just a quick swig of Proper 12 on Conan O'Brien's late night show. For his UFC 246 camp, McGregor said he hasn't consumed alcohol. In fact, he said it's been a few months since his most recent drink. He said, quote, "Good couple of months since I drank, 3-4 months ago maybe. I was drinking all the way through fight week last time for Nurmagomedov." McGregor said the behavior wasn't normal for him and that since he didn't drink alcohol during fight weeks for past bouts, he's unsure why he decided to do it for UFC 229. He says, "Not to that extent, it wasn't common. I just had this venom in me or something. I don't know why." According to McGregor, it wasn't uncommon for him to celebrate after intense sparring sessions. What McGregor described was essentially having full-on fights in the gym. With success in sparring came post-session celebrations. He said, "I had people holed up in a hotel room from that part of the world, from Dagestan and Russia, and I would ring and arrange a fight, and I would ring them, and they would come down to the gym and have a full-blown fight. No head guard, gloves that were small. A fight, I'd win, I'd have a war, and I'd win, and I'd knock that guy out, and then I'd go off and celebrate. Then I'd come back in 3 days not doing what I should have been doing, not living the life I should have been." Since then, McGregor said he's learned from his mistakes and made adjustments. He's comfortable with where he's at. He said, "I'm not going back there. I'm in a better place. I've made mistakes and I've been man enough to admit them and correct it, and that's what I've done. I might not be perfect, but with a good sleep and a full belly, I'm damn close."
My foot was a balloon.
All right, so Conor McGregor admitting to partying in his camps in his lead up. And I had to say this. We had, what was his name? Tom Lawler. What? Not Tom Lawler. Oh, fuck. What was the dude's name who we had on, his training partner? Remember his name?
Evan,
I can't remember his name. I said Tom Lawler. It's not Tom Lawler. Fuck. What the fuck was his name? I had him on the show. Ewan McGregor? What the hell was his name? Oh, I can't remember his name now. Good thing he doesn't watch the show. He'd be like, "You don't remember my fucking name?" Anyway, we had
Tom Egan.
Tommy Egan.
Thank you, Kevin.
Who said that? Who said that?
From Chicago.
See, Kevin, I told you.
And then he follows that up with "you slut."
Yeah, Kevin from Chicago. See, he's useful in some ways.
He's useful, and then he calls you a slut.
Tommy Egan was on, and what did he say? He goes, Conor was partying like crazy. He's probably doing coke, doing everything. Tom Egan's partied with him when he was one of the coaches in The Ultimate Fighter. And he was right. He was completely right. This is the lead up to Khabib, and he hit the nail on the head. Conor McGregor was completely taking it not really that serious when it comes to his party activities. The question is, did he right the wrongs? Did he fix the situation, and what is he going to look like in this fight over here? The only way we'll find out, Jesse, is if we open up the phone lines, right?
Right.
So what's the number? A cucumber?
He called me a cucumber. 516-522-0267. 516-522-0267.
Yeah.
Call the show. Let us know what you think. Get in on the lines.
Yeah, we said, what is your excitement level? And there wasn't, it's funny, the people that are dropping the numbers in there, there were low numbers. Like you say 10, and that might be a little crazy.
I say 10.
It's amazing because you're not a big Conor supporter anymore.
I'm not. I'm just excited to see him come back. It's like you said, whether you like him or don't like him, there's a level of excitement there.
Yeah.
And I'm not too proud or too prideful to admit that there is a level of excitement, even though I'm not like the biggest.
Yeah,
Conor.
I think you're a closet fan, to be honest. I was watching
I still like him.
I was watching you eyeball him during the Ariel video, and you were giggling a little bit.
Oh, that's just because I'm flattered by him.
You were giggling.
I find him charming.
He's a charming man. All right, 516-522-0267. Want to know your thoughts on the McGregor versus Cowboy Cerrone situation. McGregor was on ARIEL HELWANI. His foot wasn't a balloon.
My foot was a balloon.
Talked about his partying and all that stuff. What do you think about the card and everything?
What's up, you slut?
It's the king of the calls. He's back.
Made it in first time. The boss. Okay. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Conor McGregor versus Cowboy. This is going to be the battle of the glorified gatekeepers. And Conor McGregor, who was not born into money, but he's been spoiled with money as of late. And then you got Cowboy, who was born into money, and he just never able to get over that hump. I just feel like this fight is going to be, even whoever wins, they're not going to be champion. It's going to be, yeah, good job, you win, but now you got to face the real killers. Now you got to face the top of the food chain, the Gaethjes, the Fergusons, the Khabibs. Maybe able to get past an old man Cowboy. Maybe able to get past the coked up leprechaun, but you ain't gonna get past the horseman, the real horseman. Either way, I would like to see him just fight. I would like to see Conor McGregor fight the top contenders, see what he's made of. Go in there, put him in there with Ferguson, let him fight the best, and see if he can still compete with the best. This main eventing against Cowboy, or if he wins, he might get a title shot. That's the kind of stuff that throws fans off. It puts fans off.
Let me ask you this question. If Tony and Khabib fall apart, right, in April, and Conor gets a quick victory over here, he's unhurt, he has a chance to save that card, would you want Conor to fill in for either guy?
Yeah,
okay.
I would.
So now why?
Just to see what he's made of. See if he's still got it. See if he can pull it off.
Doesn't that not contradict what you said before, though, that he doesn't really deserve it?
No, he doesn't deserve it, but
yeah.
I still like to see it. I'd like to see it, though. I'd like to see what he's made of, not this Cowboy Cerrone stuff. Even though he's coming off losses and, you know what I mean, I just like to see him not main eventing on a pay-per-view. That's what kind of throws people off. But either way, I'm going to be tuning in.
Okay.
It's going to be a good show. Take it easy.
Okay, bye. So it's so funny. Like usually, like sometimes he makes good points, and he started off the call with the battle of the gatekeepers. Okay, now
I think he bounced so quick because he thought you were gonna start going back and forth.
No, I threw him a curveball, and he kind of got a little flustered for a sec. But the battle of the gatekeepers, that's what he started off with, and I'm saying to myself, okay, you can make that argument with Cowboy. He's failed in the big fights, but how is Conor a gatekeeper? How does that work? Jesse, do you know? How does he fall into that category? 155-pound champ and the 145-pound champ.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
He's the only champ I know that's a gatekeeper. It's kind of weird. All right, 516-522-0267 is the number to call the MMA Holes and let us know your thoughts. I would love to know. The knowledge of the chat needs to be heard on the phone lines.
832, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
What's up, this Pulse?
What's up, Pulse?
Not much. So Conor's blaming the loss to Khabib on the alcohol, huh?
Well, no, he said that he went into that fight unprepared. He's blaming the unreadiness of his camp, and then he says he went in, drinking during fight week and stuff. Like, there were a bunch of different little excuses as to why he wasn't the Conor we all expected to see.
That's what I said. He's making excuses. He's blaming it on the alcohol.
Yeah, that was one excuse.
You see, that's the difference between him and John Jones. John Jones admitted he said I can go in there on a 8-ball of crack.
Yeah.
And still whoop ass. You see.
But the difference is Conor McGregor's now on steroids.
Yikes.
You know that for sure?
Oh!
Yes, I sucked his cock and I pulled some of it out of his weenus. It was delicious, the steroids. Yeah, well, I mean picograms, pulsing, you know.
I don't know.
You think he's clean?
The way he reacted when Nate accused him, he was like, "I'm major against that shit." I don't. It's like if you're not guilty, I don't know. I'm skeptical about Conor.
You think he's on something?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen.
They're all on steroids.
You can make an argument. I mean, listen, there are fighters in the UFC that you can say, something's fishy. Conor McGregor's the golden calf, right? And if he was caught with something and he sort of, I don't think he was, but if he was caught with something, you can think that the UFC would brush it under the rug. Because with John Jones, he miraculously was able to fight after he got busted for steroids. We've never seen anything like it. And then you have a guy like Tom Lawler, who got completely the shaft up the ass for this steroid situation, and he wasn't the only one. Didn't who was the other guy?
They're doing it to Jessica Penney right now.
Yeah, but she's fighting it right now.
Yeah, she's fighting it, and then Frank Mir got completely screwed by that situation. So it's bizarre. It seems like if you are a star of the sport, you can get away with some things. Who knows? Is it impossible? No, I don't think anything's impossible.
You know what I noticed looking at this card? I see Holly Holm fighting, what's her name? Melted Candle, what's her name?
Raquel Pennington?
Raquel Pennington.
Yeah.
I actually thought Pennington won the first fight.
Did you?
I thought she got robbed.
Well, that should make it interesting.
If you go back and watch it, it was one of those fights that I think, if you watch it the second time, you know what I'm saying? Because she actually dropped
Man, you better
Holly
back
Holm
up.
in
You
the
gonna go
third.
to sleep. And then
Hold on, we got a donation?
You can go to sleep too.
Roberto.
When Conor told Khabib, it's just business, he looked tired and defeated.
He did say. That's another question, Roberto. Thank you for bringing that up. That's another question that I kind of wished Ariel brought up. There were a few things I was like, damn, I wish he asked Conor about that look defeated situation. Because he asked the other questions but didn't go there. There were certain things I was like, damn, he missed out on that. Thank you, Roberto. So you're saying, see, I didn't rewatch the fight with Pennington and Holm. Was it good the second time around?
It was, I mean, for what it was a good fight, but I'm pretty sure Raquel should have won that fight 2-3. But I feel like, I don't know. I'm just noticing looking at her record. Other than knocking out Ronda Rousey, she's only ever beat, what's the tall girl's name, the Australian chick, Megan Anderson?
Yeah.
And Betch Correia. That's her only other wins. And now they're talking about she's probably a Hall of Famer. So it's like she's only in the Hall of Fame for knocking out Ronda.
Yeah, I mean, she was on top of the world from that. The problem is she got into the sport late. Like, she was doing the kickboxing and was just destroying people. And when she got into the UFC, the first two fights were meh. They weren't that great, you know? And then she gets the title shot at Ronda, and people really weren't. They were kind of sleeping on her, and then look what happens. She's got a lot of talent. I think she just got in the game a little too late.
Yeah.
You know?
But do you think she's a Hall of Famer?
Oh, man. You know, it's funny. Like, when you think Holly Holm, you think a former champion. You think one of the best women out there. She's one of the few women that are... Actually, she's got some dud fights. No, I'm going to go with no. I had to think about it for a second. No, I don't. Do you, Jess?
No.
Jesse goes, no. What do you think, Pulse?
No, she's an elite striker, but I don't know if... But then again, it's only been around. The division's only been around for... only so long, so I mean she might qualify.
Yeah.
But it's just looking at her record, that's all she and see Duranami beat her, Shevchenko beat her, she loses all the top, even Miesha Tate.
That Miesha Tate fight was the nail in the coffin.
Well, face.
She was destroying Tate in that fight.
You're gonna go to sleep, and then you need to back up, and you can go to sleep too.
Chrome to your dome.
Come on, Pulse, fighting drunk is much tougher to do than fighting coked up like Jones. I mean, Jones felt like Superman and the rounds turned him into Superman. Now that I look back on it, Conor did look drunk against Killer Bob.
He did.
Oh, Conor does coke too. But no, what's crazy is even after all that said, if she wins Saturday night, she'll probably get another title shot.
Yeah, she's always in the mix. It is weird. It's really strange, the Holly Holm career. I like Holly, but there have been some duds. There's been some times she looked like complete trash. And if she won that fight against Miesha Tate, which she was winning going into the final round and then got choked out, things could have been a lot different for Holly Holm. But that's not the case. After that happened, she got the Shevchenko beating. That close fight against Durandamy at UFC 208, which was a horrific fight. But Durandamy was dirty as all hell. And then bounces back with Correia. And that fight was horrific. Remember, who was it? Herb Dean? Was he the ref in that fight where he's like, guys?
Wonderful.
Yeah, he told him to fight, and as soon as Betchkoea waved her in, she got kicked in the face. That was hilarious.
Do you remember that, Jess?
No, I don't remember that.
So the fight was horrific. It was Correia versus
I mean,
Holm.
I remember seeing the fight.
It was just they were hesitating the whole time. And I don't blame Betch because Holly's got some nasty striking, right? She has a chip on her shoulder. She's a former champion. She had 2 fights in a row that she lost. She's looking for that win. So they're both just kind of hesitating and waiting. And Betch and Holly get warned. Hey, he brings him to the middle of the cage. And he's like, you guys got to do something here. You know, this is ridiculous. You got to do something here. So what happens? Betch goes complete palsy, and Holly, pow, takes her right out.
Really?
Like, instantly. That's it.
Oh, I have to go back and watch that.
Oh, it's so funny.
That.
So fucking funny.
Quickly, if I could, what is McGregor talking about a clean slate? Is he not aware of his rap sheet?
What do you mean? What are you trying to say? So you mean because of his comeback, the whole season thing, you're not going to accept that?
I don't understand what does a clean slate mean. It sounds like he went to confessional or something like that. What is he talking about? A clean? Anybody else would be in jail.
Yeah,
you know, and he caught he. Look, I'm trying to think of all the shit that he did. He remember slapping the referee in Bellator.
Yep.
The bus, and I don't care what anybody said. I said it back then when that happened. If Charles Bennett had showed up out of nowhere and threw a dolly at a bus, NYPD would have showed up and emptied their clips.
Well, in fairness, and I love Felony. Felony did beat up a woman.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's why he's called Felony.
Awkward.
Well, I mean, it's not like he's proud of it, but he did. And I love Charles, man. Charles is my boy. I love him. But he did. I mean, you know, I don't think Conor beat up a woman. I mean, that we know of, it's possible. It is possible. But you're right, though, when it comes to like the Dolly situation, right? That was terrorism. That was Conor flying in with his boys from Ireland.
Yeah, that was a group. That was an intended
I understand what he was doing. He was
people.
defending his buddy. But if you look at it as like what Conor actually did, he flew over with his boys in a private jet. He shows up at this event and is threatening Khabib's life, throwing shit through glass, injuring people on the bus. Yeah, that is terrorism. that is pretty much, that's pretty bad. That, you know, the people saying that the punching the old man in the bar is the worst thing he's done. No, the dolly's probably the worst, right? Let's be honest.
He impacted somebody's eye socket with that. Who was that?
Yeah.
Was it Chiesa or
Michael
one guy
Chiesa,
got their orbital bone broke?
Yeah, and you had was it Borg too, right? Wasn't Borg on the bus?
Ray Borg? It was Ray Borg.
Yeah, Ray Borg and Chiesa. Chiesa had to pull out of his fight. Chiesa sued him, I think. And Ray Borg probably got paid off. So yeah,
Rose had to get a restraining order. Nama Yunus, she has PTSD now.
she got flashbacks of when Pat Barry used to hit her. Yeah, it was all fucked up. The whole bus is fucked up. And Khabib was shitting on it, right? He was shitting on bus.
Well, if he loses Saturday, how much longer can he keep up this king shit?
If he loses Saturday, see, here's the problem.
Oh, if Conor loses Saturday?
And this is, I'm going to give you my opinion and we'll see what Jesse says. I believe that he already did it. Like, his goal was to come into the UFC, win the 2 belts, be a double champ, get rich and get out. He did that already. And now this is like a second win. So,
yeah, like he's already reached his goals. Now it's like he's just playing around.
Yeah, this is a toy for him.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
He's just gonna keep making money. He could lose the next 3-4 fights in a row, and he's just gonna keep on cashing checks. That's the Conor now. I'm hoping he wins a couple, and we could see this crazy run. But let's be serious here. He doesn't even have to win anymore.
Yeah,
he's got nothing to lose.
No, I agree with you. I think now it's like a playing around phase. You know,
what do you think?
He's keeping his brain busy.
So that's it. He's a prize fighter now. He's not a contender anymore. He's a...
Yep, 100% a prize fighter. And I don't know if the computer's making weird noises. Prize fighter is the perfect way to put it. That's what Conor is now, unless he goes on a run. And could you imagine this, Pulse? Think about this. And this is a fairy tale here, okay? But you could say that the Aldo run was kind of a fairy tale run, right? If you look at what happened there. What if? And this is hypothetically speaking. We said this with Chris Weidman. That didn't work when he was going for the John Jones thing. That failed miserably. But what if, say, Conor fights Cowboy this Saturday, knocks him out, right? Which a lot of people say is going to happen. And then after that, he'll fight either Gaethje or say even Masvidal. So actually, put Gaethje aside. Say Masvidal. Say he fights Masvidal and knocks out Masvidal. And then the UFC is like, fuck it. We'll let him fight Usman. And by a goddamn miracle, I mean, he's not beating Usman in my opinion. That would probably be the first time I pick against Conor. But somehow he knocks out Usman. Then what do you say? Like, he's a fucking unicorn, right?
I mean, I just don't really see that happening.
I don't either. But could you fucking imagine if it did? People would be killing themselves.
Unicorn.
They'd be killing themselves.
The Pegasus.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was... I can't see him getting past Masvidal in that whole scenario, but if he made it all the way to Usman and knocked him out, yeah, then this is the world's his oyster again. But
absolutely,
I've not
man,
forgotten that he got knocked out by Floyd Mayweather.
Man, you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
Hold on, we got Chrome to your dome coming in.
That wasn't terrorism. That's a normal day in Russia or any other shithole country. Us as Americans just aren't used to that kind of behavior. You ever grew up around a biker gang or any type of real dangerous gang shit like that happens all the time?
Yeah, but as
from this, if he traveled abroad and he went to Dublin to like a soccer game and he stormed the field and threw something at a player or some shit like that, how you think the authorities are gonna treat you over there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're right. He did get special treatment. He was like playing Monopoly. He got out of jail. The UFC got him out. I understand his reasoning for doing it. If you go with, hey, he's defending his boy. We did a whole stream about this. But if you look at the logistics, it's terrorism. It really is. I mean, I'm the biggest Conor guy out there. It is a terrorist attack if you think about it. But who cares? It's over and done with. I'm not going to criticize. I'm not going to hang the guy for it. The people in the chat are saying that Masvidal is going to destroy Conor and this and that. Remember Wonderboy and Masvidal? Remember that fight. Now, Wonderboy is a longer, lankier striker, right?
Pinpoint striker.
A pinpoint striker, as Jesse likes to say. But he is a very efficient, he's the type of guy that can keep you at a distance, and he nullified Jorge, right? Jorge didn't have anything for Wonderboy.
Right.
You got to think there's a chance that Conor could do the same to him. The only difference is it's a 5-round fight, right? Chances are this is going to be a main event 5-round fight, so that could be Conor's problem. But it's not without
I don't see it going 5 rounds.
You never know what Conor could do. Ally Quinta beat Masvidal. Ally Quinta beat him. Look what happened to Al.
I think Masvidal is beatable.
And that wasn't even I thought Masvidal won that fight, but still.
I think Masvidal is beatable for Conor, and I don't know if it would go 5 rounds. I could see it going 5 rounds with Masvidal in favor, but if Conor were in favor in this fight, I don't know. I don't really see actually on either side. I really don't see it going 5 rounds.
Listen, you got to get past Cowboy first. I'm throwing what-if scenarios, though. If he were to achieve these goals, it would be unbelievable. It really would. Like, everyone would be like, holy shit, he fucking did it again. You know?
Oh, to counter that real quick, what happens if he loses? What's next? I'd say book him against Mike Perry.
If he loses,
I would love to see that. You're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up, and you can go to sleep, too.
That'd be fun. Chrome.
Well, I'm big and black, so they would probably do nothing. Nobody wants to mess with a big, angry black guy, not even the police.
It's true. Chrome's a big boy. He's a big dude. What do you think, Pulse?
I didn't catch that. What did he say?
He says, well, I'm big and black, so they would probably do nothing. Nobody wants to mess with a big, angry black guy, not even the police.
If Chrome really is the guy that in the pictures that he posted on the website, Chrome is beige. He gets a pass.
You're beige, Chrome.
He's not full black?
You're beige.
Oh, shit.
He's like a manila envelope. You know what I'm saying? He's like a...
Oh, boy. All right. Well, on that note...
Anyway, I know I'm talking a long time. Wah-ba-ba-loo, ba-ba-la, bam, boom.
All right, there he goes. That was the longest Pulse appearance ever.
Gotta love Pulse.
He's beige.
He's beige.
Pulse is the resident black. Pulse is the people. He's the voice of the black people. If you want the voice of the black people, it's Pulse. But Chrome
to your dome
does a pretty good job too. All right, here we go. 516-522. We got a call.
732. You're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Hello. Yeah, we had to speak up in the chat, man. That was Pulse calling in last, right?
Yes.
All my respect to Pulse, and he's a good moderator, but he was milking that call real good, just
Yeah.
I mean, he could sense when Moss or JBH was going to say, well, thanks for coming on, but he had to sneak that. What's your thoughts on Conor? He had to sneak it in. Like I said, all respect to Pulse, but he was really milking it in. I'll make sure this call's in less than 10 minutes. But, yeah, I saw the Conor Cerrone embedded, you know.
Yeah. Are you covering the phone? Like, why are you all muffled? Are you in the closet?
Nah.
All right, you sound a little muffled.
Just chilling.
Okay, chilling. Okay.
Am I less muffled now?
A little bit, yeah, okay. All right, make your point.
Yeah.
This is Justin Jr.
Okay,
brother.
so I saw the embedded, and,
Yeah.
you know, I thought it was pretty good. Good editing by the UFC.
Yeah.
You know, it's just an embedded. I saw the interview, and you know, the foot was a balloon thing. That's just kind of a meme.
Yeah.
Moss, I didn't really need
516-522-0267. I can't. I like the kid. He's good, but he was putting me to sleep. I felt like he was reading me a bedtime story.
So proud of you, Moss. For the first time, I'm actually really proud.
I like
of you.
Justin. I like Justin. But please, someone else call in. 516-522-0267. He calls back. Was that him?
Yeah.
You got to call in. 516-522-0267. Get it on the lines. And the kid's funny. God damn, he's a funny kid.
But sometimes
you got to get to the point. You got to get to it.
Come on, guy. It's like worse than.
I love his confidence. I do love it. He's just probably just chilling on the bed.
Yeah,
he
Pulse
did an interview.
Just milking it over there. I'm sorry, Pulse. Much respect to you, but you
all right, we heard it once. We don't have to hear it
milking
again. He did an interview with Smiling Sam Alvey, was it? And he starts crunching on some Tic Tacs in the middle of the interview. So I mean, anyone that does that's cool with me. All right, get on the calls. 516-522-0267.
Incognito says age requirement not met. Agreed.
Let's see what the chat says.
All right. Always good to have a point when you call, says Scott. Never mind says good. You dumped the little he-she. Casey says milking it. LOL. Connor needs knock that boy at sleep. I am trying to call, says Ann H. No, you're not.
I think the phone lines are jammed up. Let me see. 516-522. All right, I got it back open again. So let's see if that works. 516-522-0267 is the number. All right, here we go. The calls are coming in now.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Yo, Trust Harris.
What's up, drunk?
Yo.
Not much. So I hear what you've been saying about Cowboys looking all tired and shit and injured. You think he might try to go low and piss Conor McGregor off at the press conference? Like, try to get under his skin?
Hold on a second.
And then you better back up or you're going to go to sleep. And then you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Hold on, drunk.
Justin making this phone call from under his bed. I don't know if he is hiding from his mom or the boogeyman, but I can hear the fear in his voice from whatever he is hiding from. Calm down, Junior. Don't be scared. Fear will turn you into a pussy.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Crow. Jesus, he's giving him advice.
All right, what was the question, drunk?
Well, you think because like Cowboy seems like tired and injured, you think like he might try to piss McGregor off at the fucking press conference, bring up the rape shit, and all the punching the old man and everything?
I think he should.
You know what's funny is Moss asked this a little bit ago, like a couple shows ago, and it's a good question. I don't think he will unless Conor really pushes the buttons, you know? If Conor starts going after his grandma or his son or his wife, then I think Cowboys is going to, you know, he's not going to hesitate to come back with some of those accusations, but I don't think Cowboys really going to do anything unless McGregor gives him a reason to.
Yeah. I think Conor learned his lesson about going after family with Khabib.
Yeah, and now he's got 2 kids and the whole deal, so I think it's like damage control for him. Maybe even with D. Maybe D's like, listen, calm the fuck down, you know, chill out, buddy, you know. So I don't know. I think he's gonna have some zingers though. I really do believe he's gonna. I think he's gonna attack, you know, his fighting style. He's too slow, weak chin, you know, shit like that. But there's gonna be a more respectful attack by Conor, in my opinion. But I don't know what Cowboy. He's not one. He's kind of boring at press conferences, Cowboy.
Yeah, kind of. But I've been seeing this on Twitter. I haven't seen it from any major outlets. I don't know if you heard anything. They're saying that Stipe may have to retire due to injuries.
Oh my God. Actually, how old is he, Stipe? He's not getting any younger.
Like my age, like 36 or something, ain't
he? Yeah, he's not getting any younger. He got his revenge, got his belt back, and he's playing video games. That would suck if he has to retire, though. What do you think, Jess?
Yeah. I want to see the fucking trilogy of DC.
Yeah, I would like to see that, too. Yeah, make that the retirement fight for both of those guys. That'd be great. Right, Jess?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stipe is... How old is Stipe? How old is Stipe, Jess? Do you know?
No, I don't know how old Stipe is.
How dare you? Oh, it doesn't say on the UFC. Why would it say on the UFC website, right? It shouldn't say that. What the fuck? Let's go to Tapology. All right. Anything else, Drunk?
Yeah, a couple things. So, past few days of your injury, do you now know what it's like to be Nick Newell?
I think eventually I'm going to be amputated. I think that's what's going to happen. That's the next step. He's 37, by the way. 37 years old.
Yeah.
I think amputation's next for me.
I'll get the arm bronze and hang it over the fucking wall.
Yeah, I'm not happy about this. I hate going to doctors, and now I feel like I'm going every other day. This is the worst. Because Thursday, I'm going to have the finger on my ass. Drunk. This is ridiculous.
It wouldn't be the first time for you, would it?
No, I've had many fingers on my ass. Jesse is going to put it on my ass after the show, right? No?
No, thank you.
What? All right.
But more in real life fucking streams. That shit was goddamn hilarious the other day.
Oh, the Saturday stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. That was a good time.
Go to a nice family restaurant so we can get you all kicked out with the donations.
Well, there were kids there. There were kids sitting around us. And it wasn't good. it wasn't good, but we didn't get kicked out, so that was great.
And then you better back up, you don't go to sleep. And then you need to back up, and you can go to sleep too.
We got the Chrome.
Cowboy is just scared to bring up those rape allegations because he is afraid Conor will bring up Cowboy and Joe Schilling playing Brokeback Mountain at the ranch. Only thing worse than a rape allegation is someone accusing a cowboy of being gay.
Oh, God. Chrome's killing it with these donations, man. He is freaking killing
Chrome's
it.
A man.
Holy smoke. What do you think about that, Jess, if the gay broke back?
I think it's perfectly logical.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Chrome killing it tonight. Drunk, anything else on your mind?
Do you hear Dio Sanchez left fucking Jackson Winkins talking mad shit about John Jones?
What?
Is he really?
When did you do that?
Calling Jones dark energy and all this other shit. Saying the coaches only fucking pay attention to the big stars and like everyone else is pretty much training each other.
Did Diego go to the striking coaches gym? I wonder if he went.
I don't know what gym he went to.
I wonder if he went over there. That would make sense, right? I don't know. I gotta look into it. Eddie Bravo style.
Yeah.
All right, Drunk.
All right. Later, Sub Nuts.
Be good. There's the Savage one. Drunk Savage.
Oh, these calls.
516-522.
I love phone call nights.
You like them?
I love them.
You kind of just chill at the people he talk?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear your thoughts.
Back up, you're going to go to sleep. And then you need to back up, and you can go to sleep too.
There's new prostate test. Now very accurate blood test lol. No more finger I'm 35 getting there.
Uh-oh. So wait, there's a blood test that does this?
Yeah, that's what your parents are talking about.
Oh, really? Yeah, but I don't like... Oh, man.
But the finger test for the...
I thought the finger... There's no other way.
The finger test for the... What are they called?
I don't know.
What the fuck are they called?
I don't know. 210, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Woo, woo, Mexico in the house, woo, woo.
Oh, shite. It's Jose.
Jose.
Happy Mother Fluffin' New Year's to both of you fine, wonderful people. How the hell are you?
We are
wonderful.
We're wonderful. Jose, how are you?
I'm fucking great, man. So I saw the interview today with Conor, and, you know, I got to admit, I think Conor was just boozing it up a little bit too hard. I think he was drunk on his own fucking whiskey, and I really think he's focused. I think he's actually going to beat Cowboy.
Whoa. Jesse, what do you think?
Is this Nando?
Nando? That's not Nando. Imagine. What do you think about him being Cowboy?
Listen,
I don't know.
She wasn't listening. I'm listening. Jose.
Look. And you know they did a good job with the hype show, you know. But the truth is, everybody knows Cowboy's a slow starter, and McGregor is like the best first-round fighter in the fucking world. It's going to be a mismatch. Somehow, if Donald can get out of the first round, and that's a big if, especially based on his last performance. And I love the Cowboy as much as anybody, but let's be brutally honest. Minus the Khabib loss, we would never give Cowboy a snowball's chance in hell. The only reason people are giving him a chance is because Conor's been fucking up outside of the cage and because he got mauled by Khabib. But take away that Khabib fight, and this wouldn't even be up for discussion. And now that I saw Conor's state of mind, he's focused. He's gonna get Cowboy, and I love Cowboy.
He's young. He's only 31 years old. Had a little vacation from his crazy partying. When he fought Khabib, arguably the greatest 155er of all time. And everyone's like, oh, he's done. It's crazy. Jose, it's preach, please.
Man, I'm telling you, people have short-term memories, bro. Like, remember when Conor McGregor was a fucking mystical Mac, the magic dragon, when he was calling shit out? I saw that spark in his eye. And he fucking said exactly what he's going to do to Cowboy. And he's on a fucking mission because he's realized he's gotten to the top of the mountain, and this has happened to other people. You imagine what you want to get to in life, and when you get there, you're like, holy shit, I got everything. Now what? So he accomplished everything, and I think that threw him for a loop, and he fucked up a little bit as somebody in their late 20s would. But now he realized that the ultimate thing, even though he's got everything financially, is respect and his fucking name. And that's what he wants back. And you can't just buy that with money. So he is going to fucking set the MMA world on fire. He's going to KO Cowboy in the first. And he's coming for the fucking BMF title, even though I think that's a hell of a hard fight with Jorge. But he's coming, and he wants the 170-pound. It's not a coincidence he's fighting at 170. He's gonna make a run for the fucking belt, and goddamn it, I'm with him.
Oh shit! Jose is speaking in favor of Conor McGregor. Now, do you think he would beat Marty Usman?
Jose, what you smoking?
Hey, you know what? That's the crazy part. I'm right with Conor McGregor. He said he hasn't had a drink in about 3 or 4 weeks. That's my New Year's resolution. I'm dead sober right now, so I'm thinking clear. It's like we're on the same wavelength. Usman, though, goddamn, if his fucking name isn't the most appropriate ever, the Nigerian Nightmare, that son of a bitch would be a problem for Masvidal. That son of a bitch would be a goddamn disaster for Conor Mac. There's no upside in that fight. I don't think it will.
You're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up and you can go to sleep too.
Hold on, Jose. We got a Chrome donation.
Damn, when did Jose become a motivational speaker?
Today.
Yeah, he's killing it.
2020.
He's making up for lost time. All right.
But I'm telling you, that's a big mismatch. I think that they don't want to put any of the big star power, big number guys against Usman because he really is a fucking nightmare. That motherfucker can really fight. I think they're going to find a different way. I don't think Conor will ever fight Usman, honestly. He'll go after the 70-pound strap when Usman somehow loses it.
Yeah, they need to have Masvidal fight Usman and pray that Masvidal wins that fight to line up a Conor McGregor at 170. It just doesn't make sense him fighting Marty. It doesn't.
Yeah, I agree 100%. There's way too much risk. And Jesus Christ, even $80 million. Now, I know the guy's exaggerating and puffing his chest and selling the fight a little bit, but even if he's getting half of that, say he's getting $40 million. Holy fuck. McGregor has taken the goddamn MMA to another level. They're doing boxing numbers now.
It's crazy, right? I'm actually pretty hyped up to see what 2020 brings. If McGregor could stay active, Khabib coming back, how many times can we see Khabib fight? Tony Ferguson, if that fight stays together. John Jones coming back. You have so many epic fights, and these guys are getting paid more and more, and I'm just loving it. We're going to watch a fight card at UFC 246. If Cowboy and Conor weren't on this thing, it would be complete shit. But because of the star power, I'm pumped. I'm in.
Oh, fuck yeah. And you know what? Everything you just said is so true. And I think I pray. I mean, we've been praying that the Tony Khabib thing stays together, but goddamn, it fell apart 4 times. Conor is fighting at 170 right now so that he doesn't drain himself, because he expects one of those two to pull out in a perfect world, and then he can just start right on a weight cut and fucking insert himself in. If that fucking happens, my fucking nuts are going to explode out of my leg.
That might hurt.
I'll have what he's having.
Hopefully it's not going to happen, because that sounds like it would hurt, man.
Oh, but it would be wonderful pain. I would fucking no, seriously, all bullshit aside, if Conor KOs Cowboy in the first round and fucking if Ferguson trips on another wire and fucking Conor goes in there for the rematch against Khabib and then beats Khabib,
I'm right there with you, Jose.
All right, Jose. I think you said it all, man.
I fucking love you guys.
All right. Be good. There's Jose. Jose, let's squeeze one more in here. Jose. My fucking voice is cracking. He's funny, man. He hasn't called in a while.
Oh!
I'm with him, man. We need Conor to win. All right, here we go.
347, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Hey, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Who is this?
Well, let's just say that I was very happy to see that I put a really big smile on Moss's face last week when I called in full mentally challenged to another channel. And Moss...
Is this Clocks?
It's Clocks!
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah. What's up, buddy? Let me ask you a question. For if this is even remotely true, $80, 80 mil, what do you think the pay-per-view numbers would have to be for him to get something like that? Over 3 million?
It's so bizarre, this number. I'm thinking that this number is a compilation of things with sponsors and not just what the pay-per-view buys are and the purse. There's more involved. He has that Reebok commercial too that he's doing where he's a cartoon character. He's got this goofy walkout shirt that's happening. So I think he's getting money from all different places.
Well, I mean, $80 for a fight like this. I mean, that's a
tough sell, right?
Yeah, it's just I don't get it. But you know what? I have to say one thing. I watched the interview today with him, and he was actually likable on the interview. He was like, I thought he was like a Suge Knight, and then all of a sudden he puts this different persona on today about just answering questions without the full cockiness and things like that, and he just sounded great. Just really did. But I just wanted just to stop in and just to say hello to you guys. Also, Chris, you want to know something? The one person that I honestly don't think is going to lose in my lifetime, and you're not going to believe this, and I know Jess really does not like women's MMA. I mean, I know she's a fan of them. Obviously, she loves it. But, she, disregards the women.
Right.
Chris, this Wiley Zhang, Chris, you got to look at this YouTube video. Wiley Zhang, Jessica Andrade highlights. It's 1 minute and 53 seconds. Go to 40 seconds. Just look at the size of her arms.
Oh, Wiley Zhang?
Chris, they're bigger than yours. I kid you not, bro.
Well, that's not saying much.
She is just she's just unbelievable. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the fights on Saturday. And again, I just wanted to call in and by the way, I want to tell you something. I never blame my mother on anything, but my mother's to blame for that last week's call-in, because just like you, I'm a big McCallum fan, and my mom, and I'm about your age because I'm 44. My mom bought me a bottle of McCallum for every decade from the 70s on. It was in this beautiful case. So I took one of the bottles out, Chris. I drank the whole bottle, bro.
Whoa, that's dangerous,
dude. I was
and then you
so
called that
twisted.
show.
Yeah, Chris, do you know that I had a wrench on that show and I told him to take it away from me because I don't know what moderators do.
Yeah. And
I just have zero interest in it. But there's only 2 people that I subscribe to, you and him. You are the best at what you do. The Giants got me so twisted this year that I just fell out of a little love with the MMA because the Giants are my number one love, and I know you have a number one love as well. It's MMA, but. Again, I just wanted to...
Well, I was a season ticket holder for the Giants, and I still love them. I still love them to death. They make me nauseous, and I could go on and on about that, but that's for another time.
Chris, Did you really lose it when I called in? I mean, you really were laughing hard.
Oh, me and Jesse, we were dying. I was like, that's fucking clocks. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, what's going on here? Dude, you sounded like you were running around outside, and I don't know what the hell was going on.
At first, I didn't believe it was you. When Moss first said it's clocks, I was like, nah. I was like, that's not clocks. It doesn't even sound like him.
But you're not the only one. Like Kevin from Chicago, we've heard call other shows and stuff like that, too. It's always fun hearing callers call into other communities.
Yeah, I don't call into any other MMA shows. Like I said, you and him, to me, are the two best. A matter of fact, Chris, you want to know something funny? Jess does such a great job on the website and on the channel. She's absolutely phenomenal. That when Chris was starting out, I said, dude, you got to call this guy Chris from the MMA Holes. Now, the other Chris doesn't do any MMA, and I said, but you got to see how he's got the super chat set up, and he's got his, the backboard with the orange and all this other stuff, and just does a phenomenal job. And I just wanted to say, guys, Happy New Year, and that's it.
All right, Clocks, be good. All right, there's Clocks calling in.
You did such a great job, Moss.
No, he was saying thank you to you.
No, you do a good job.
Oh, yeah, we both do a good job. It's a good team. We make a good... Listen, I was saying we have an advantage on a lot of shows out there. There are a lot of, like, especially YouTube shows where people are doing it themselves. Me and her do it, and we're struggling because we don't have a producer or any of the other stuff. These other guys are doing it by themselves. When I used to do this by myself, I was just like, all right, there were nights I wanted to fucking off myself. But it's fun. It's so much fun, and with a partner that can do it with you, and the fact that we can have sex with each other afterwards, it's great, right? You gotta have a sexual experience. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, should we take one more?
No, I gotta pee.
You gotta pee? Okay.
Yeah, it's...
Well, we have more
the
show.
clitoris is calling the toilet.
She's smacking her puss. All right, well, listen. We got to thank you guys and gals for... Oh, we do have another 50 likes. Let's do it. One more before the orthopedic surgeon hits my elbow.
I've got 50 likes. You got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on a dick.
Powerful pump with my left hand. There it is.
Look at this way.
Man, those likes, they just bring me to another level. All right. So before we go, it's funny, we have a lot going on here. So I have to say, I just appreciate everyone coming back every stream. I'll thank you every time. It's amazing that you guys and gals keep coming back. We're in the process of trying to figure out how to move. And we're trying to make a big move here. So there's a lot of stress, the mortgage thing, it's just a lot of things.
Finding a home,
selling a home, it's shit like that. Big boy and big girl stuff. So with that stress, it's nice to come here. It's refreshing to just bullshit about MMA and hang out with the greatest family on YouTube, the MMA Holes. So a big thanks to you guys. Wonderful, wonderful. JBH, when are we going to see them again?
Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time for
TGIW. Wrong! No! You got half of it right.
Wednesday night, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the UFC 246 press conference, and then TGIW. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the fight. So don't miss it. Make sure you have that subscription bell, notification bell clicked.
Man, you better back
so you know
up
when we're live.
You're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Thanks, Pulse, for hogging the calls.
Fucking crumb. Man, oh man. That's a funny motherfucker. Go ahead, Jesse.
Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.
My foot was up a balloon.